All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Math. This is Mr. Lunsford, and I'm glad you joined me this evening. Tonight's homework is for the evening of May 21st, 2018, and tonight's topic is Math 8 Enrichment. We're looking at negative exponents. Let's get started. All right, so in our study of exponents and in our introduction to what you guys will be looking at in algebra, we're looking at our last topic, and that's negative exponents. So what do we do with a negative exponent? Well, here's an example. Now, if we have a variable, it's simple, and actually it's pretty simple for the constants and numbers and whatnot too. If we have g to the negative second power, all we're saying is it's 1 over g squared. Anytime you see a negative exponent, it just means put 1 over the base and its exponent and change the exponent to a positive number. All right, and that's all you have to do. And with a number, you do the same thing. So here, let's use a constant. Let's use 2. So we have 2 to the negative second power, and that equals 1 over 2 squared. Now, once we get here, we can actually simplify it. So 1 over 2 squared equals 1/4, which is also equal to 0.25. All right? So simplify that when possible. So remember, change that exponent in the denominator. Whenever you have a base and you can raise it to a power and you can actually get a number, go ahead and do that. So don't just leave it as 1 over 2 squared unless that's what the problem is asking for. Make it 1/4 or make it 25/100ths. All right, so let's go on and do a couple of examples. Let's look at number 1. This is 5 to the negative third power. And if we look at 5 to the negative third power, that becomes 1 over 5 to the third power. And if we simplify that, it becomes 1 over 125, or it becomes 0.008. Okay, so you can do that either way, 1 over 125 or 0.008. And that's all there is to it. Let's go and do another example. Here's number 2, 6 to the negative 10th power. So if we simplify that one, we end up with 1 over 6 to the 10th power, and that becomes 1 over, looks like 60,466,176. And if you put that into the calculator, this is the decimal you come up with. And ironically, most calculators are going to give you something like 1.6 times 10 to the negative, looks like negative 8. Looks like 1.6 times 10 to the negative 8. So ironically, with this exponent, when you solve it, it might give you another exponent. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's move on to the next one. Number 3. This is negative 2 to the negative 5th power. So if we simplify that, it becomes 1 over negative 2 to the 5th power. And when you raise this base to a power, make sure you keep this as a negative number. If you raise a negative number to an even power, you come out with a positive answer. But like we have here in this case, if you take negative 2 and raise it to an odd power like 5 or 7, you come out with a negative answer. So our answer is going to be either negative 1 over 32 or negative 0.03125. All right, so just keep that in mind. Watch your signs. Watch your signs. Let's go on to number 4. With number 4, we have negative 3 to the negative second power. Now here you can see an example of raising a negative number to an even power. So this becomes 1 over negative 3 squared, and that becomes positive 1/9. A negative times a negative is a positive number, and when you're doing squares, the same rules apply. So we have 1/9 or 0.11 repeating, okay? And I forgot my repeater bar, I'm sorry. But that is the answer for number 4. Going on to number 5. We have m to the negative 6th power, and this is our first variable. And the answer is very simple. It's just 1 over m to the 6th power. We can't do anything else with it because we don't know what m is. And that's it. Y'all take care, and remember, math is not just about numbers. It's all about the relationships that surround us every day. Have a good one.